What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. With this video, we are jumping into Batman issue number 124. If you have not been keeping up with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with this series. As we come out of the events of Shadow War, we have Batman Incorporated, who is now being run by Ghostmaker. And though Batman may have returned to Gotham City, he quickly finds himself in Badhnisia. This is where the once hero, now villain, known as Abyss, was really making his haven, making his city. And now there is word that Abyss has returned. Batman now obligated to go back and find out what is really going on. And at the end of this video, we're going to talk a little bit about Poison Ivy, so make sure you stay all the way through to the end of the video. Be sure to buy the comics, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue of Batman, we pick up in an alleyway, and we have Abyss. A young couple making their way down this alley. Abyss comes in front of them, stops them from going any further. By all appearances, Abyss has finally returned. Now that Batman Incorporated and Batman have left this city, Abyss is free to reign. With Batman hearing this news, he wastes absolutely no time making his way to the city. Going to the old LexCorp building, he goes here to find any kind of trace of Abyss. As he looks around this entire facility, it does not take long for Abyss to show up on site. Not saying a single word, Abyss jumps at Batman, and this fight begins. Before it can really get underway, Batman throws down a flashbang, and this is where Abyss takes off her mask, and it is revealed to be the detective, Detective Kaya. This is the detective that helped him track down Abyss. This is where she starts to explain herself to Batman. The truth is, the people of this city, they were still very much afraid of Abyss. And she thought that she could use this fear to help her solve a case. That case being the disappearance of her parents. They were organizing a protest against corruption in the city. Someone didn't like that, and it didn't take long for the two to disappear, stealing Abyss's gear to stalk all of the people that may be responsible, to frighten them, to put the fear of God in them. She had destroyed Lex's lab to cover all of her tracks. Scared the right people, trying to get the identity of her kidnapper. That way she could track him down and she could kill him. This is why she ran, because she knew that Batman would try and stop her. This is when Batman lets us know that years ago, people very important from him, they were taken. He traveled the world with a new mission, trained to avenge them. By the time that he had returned home, the killer had been caught, confessing to his crimes, not believing that justice had been served good enough. Even though he made his vow, he needed to go see him face to face. Bruce Wayne having the opportunity to just destroy him. He chose the opposite. He made a choice in that moment to not become the monster. The same choice that the detective is now going to have to make. The man who took her parents, he knows that Abyss is coming, telling Batman that he can come or he can stay, but either way, she is going to avenge her parents. As they make their way down to the docks, Abyss and Batman together, they clean this place out, throwing bad guys left and right. The detective has caught up with her man. Unfortunately, this man is letting her know that her parents, they are long dead, as she goes in to give him the death blow, turning to Batman and asking, "Are you going to stop me?" But Batman doesn't move. She threatens to kill this man, and Batman still does not budge. As she pummels this man in the face, making him bleed from every single hole in his face. She goes in to end his life, but she stops herself, getting the information of where her parents have been buried. She calls in the local PD, and they dig up her parents, with this man being put away in jail, with her parents now being found. Later that night, she has to ask Batman, "Why did you not stop me?" The truth is, Batman has seen people go down this path. If he had stopped her from killing this man, that doesn't mean that she wouldn't kill. That just means that she didn't kill this man. More than likely, she would probably kill somebody else later down the line. Seeing what she is capable of, seeing the restraint that she can have, he gives her a communicator that will get her in contact with Batman Incorporated, saying that they will be expecting her call. Now, Batman had never actually told the detective if he had killed Joe Chill or not. And so the detective, she asked, "Did you kill him or did you let him live?" He let him live, because when he went in there to do this, he saw his reflection. That reflection was the darkness that could very easily consume him. In that moment, Batman chose to be the hero. Alright, so that is going to be the end of the issue. At the end of the issue, we have a little bit of Poison Ivy. Now, if you read Poison Ivy #1, we see that she is making her way across the United States. By all appearances, she is trying to wipe out humanity. And it all begins right here, sitting underneath Gotham City. She chose peace. Instead of destroying everything, she chose love. But the truth is, this is no fairy tale. When she had merged with her other self, when Poison Ivy went from 2 to 1, this is when she lost a good amount of connection to the green. She can still feel little parts of it. She can still speak to it, but she is no longer one with the green. This is where we see the Gardener. The Gardener coming in and asking Pam what is wrong with her. Poison Ivy asking, "Did you know? Did you know my connection to the green was going to be severed?" Of course, the Gardener didn't actually know this was going to happen, but knew that this was a possibility. The truth is, this was all Poison Ivy's decision. There was no way that she could have survived. Her mind would have dissipated, her body would have broken down. This is not what she wanted for herself, for Harley, or anybody else that she left behind. But now, not having her connection to the green, this has changed Poison Ivy, letting the Gardener know that she is not going home, that she is going back to the green, believing that there is one person who can give her powers back, not adhering to anything that the Gardener said. She went back to where it all began. What she found there is a story that she will let us know at another time. But what she found, it wasn't what she expected. As she feels her body slowly dying every single day, she has one final opportunity to carry out the will of the green, while she still has a little bit of connection. While she is still strong enough to do so, she ingests this poison, this killer fungus, and she begins to spread it from one place to the other. With every breath that she has left, she is going to ensure that the green takes over everything. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. As for the Batman part of this issue, I did think it was a lot of fun. It was kind of unnecessary, but it's gonna be interesting to see the detective now taking on the mantle of Abyss. Being skilled and trained, not nearly to the effect that Abyss was actually trained. Abyss is still somewhere out there, still laying low, hiding from Batman Incorporated and Batman. And now that there is a copycat of Abyss out there, we very well could see Abyss make his emergence in the Batman Incorporated issues. That is going to be a story that is coming out a little bit later on, I believe in the fall, with Ghostmaker running everything. This was really just closing out our Abyss storyline. This is leading way to whatever comes next for Batman. More than likely going to make his way back to Gotham City. There has been a lot going on, and this city, it has needed him for a very long time. Now, when it comes to the Poison Ivy part, this only explains a little bit of what is going on with her. Now, we know the fact that her body merging back together, it cut off her connection to the green, making some kind of attempt to get this back. Realizing that she can no longer be with the green, she has made a suicide mission across the United States, and and humanity is the target. There was nothing truly amazing from either of these comics. They were okay, they were alright. It's definitely not something that you need to buy. This video will be more than enough to have you understanding what is going on. Hopefully, the next story arc of Batman is going to be something worthwhile. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the super thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every single little bit helps us out. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you don't miss any of the awesome content that we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.